Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Cardvoyant. I'm Chris, and I'm your Cardvoyant. And today I'm sort of going back to my roots. I just wanted to offer a reading for all of you. This is a reading that I am just going to have my guides direct. I'm not quite even sure what we're going to be talking about, but what I've presented to my guides, what I will do as I shuffle, the questions that I ask is, what do we need to know, what it would help us to know, and what it would be good for us to know at this time. This will also give you, if you haven't had a reading from me, or if you haven't seen the other videos that I've done in readings, just give you an idea of how I read. And if you would like a reading after that, just you can go to my website and book reading. But as you know, I shuffle for a really long time, and when I shuffle the cards, that's when I'm connecting with my guides. That's when I'm asking my questions, and as I do that, I'll get a feeling for how many cards to lay down. Actually, a number will kind of jump out at me, and then also I'll get an idea for what the spread should look like, how to lay out the cards, because that sometimes influences the reading. Today, I'm kind of thinking and kind of asking my guides if it's, if this is good, but I would kind of just thinking a 3-card reading. That'll make for generally a shorter reading. But if as I'm shuffling, I get feeling that I should do something else, I will do that. As I've done before, I'm going to point the camera down so you can see me shuffling. But we'll also edit it because I shuffle for a long time, and shuffling isn't exactly exciting. But you will be able to see how I do that and what is there with the cards when I am done shuffling. So let me do that now, and then I'll be back with the reading. Okay, so what an interesting set of 3 cards. As always, and this is what I do in all of my readings, I will begin explaining the cards because that helps me to start getting the information. Now, this is also the standard, this is actually the Rider-Waite deck. It's a universal Rider-Waite deck. So I thought, because it's universal, it's a good one to use. Most decks are based somewhat, at least, on these Rider-Waite deck. So we have 2 minor arcana cards and 1 major arcana card. Now, these major arcana cards are things that are bigger picture items. They can be about the entire topic, the entire question of a person's whole personality, the umbrella of a situation. So we'll talk about that because it's the final card. This first card is a Cups card. Now, Cups cards in general are about love. They're about relationships. They're about communication. They are the feeling cards of tarot. And this 10, the cards go from an ace card in the minor arcana, from an ace card to a 10 card. And it's kind of a journey. And the 10 is kind of a fulfillment card. And you can see that in this card. And this 10 comes before the face cards, the page, the knights, the queens, and kings. But this 10 is very much a fulfillment card. You can see this beautiful 10 cups here in this lovely rainbow, this pastoral scene, sort of bucolic with the couple here and their children dancing. They've got this beautiful river running through this lovely scene in this home, this sense of home in this card. And I will say that in tarot, water is always symbolic of connection to the spiritual. It often talks about the psychic, the eternal, and our connection with our guides, our higher selves, the non-physical world. And here it runs right through this card. Well, This is a topic that I've been thinking of. I mean, I could go on and on about this card, but but I won't. I will spare you that. I will get right to the point of what they want us to know, and I've had this come through in this way with this card in personal readings as well. Please notice the rainbow. They're using this specifically to talk about, and this has been on my mind, so I'm sure this is the reason and I have asked about it, the reason that they're giving me this, because this is talking about LGBTQIA plus people, individuals, and our relationship to all peoples. That they're using this rainbow symbolism because we connect the rainbow now, the rainbow flag, with these kinds of issues. But what they want to point out is this idea of love. Holy cow! There's like this wash of emotions over me, like I want to cry. This is what they say to us is like, what is love? What is love if not acceptance? How can we say that we love? How can we be connected to love? And you must know that love is the universe. The universe is made of love, and that is this connection and this total acceptance, right? I mean, that's what love is. It's the absence of judgment, and that's what they're talking about here. And they ask us, how can we say we can love, that we do love, that indeed we do love, when we are disconnected from the totality of love? They ask us to reflect on our own hearts. What is it that we're saying when we deny love to certain people? And this is all people. This is people with whom we disagree. This is people with whom, about whom we have questions or we don't understand, right? They ask us to start out with a base of love, right? We can move on from there to perhaps people that we're better moving away from or disconnecting with, or people that we sort of limit engagement with when it devolves always into some sort of frustration or anger or misplaced emotion, right? But they ask us to start out with this base of love, and they say, despite what I just said, they're sort of correcting me, because they're saying we can love everyone. We can love a part of everyone, because that part of everyone we love is their soul selves. We have to understand that people come into this world, this physical environment, and it's very dense and it's heavy, and for some people it's very difficult to navigate. And then they have a lot of physical things, our bodies, we come with physical issues, or, sometimes physical prowess. And they're saying that this, we come into our lives and our bodies knowing the possibilities and the probabilities, but until we get here in physical form, we don't know the entire experience of it. And it's sometimes very, very difficult to navigate. We come across many things in our lives that changes us physically, mentally, people, circumstances. And so what they want us to understand is that all people, everyone is deserving of love. And we have to understand the part that when it's most difficult, the part that we can connect with is that soul self, right? Because we are souls having a physical experience, and what you see here of our physical selves is not the totality of our being. That's where we get this next card, this Two of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles are the Earth card. They are about physical life. I mean, yes, we say Pentacles, they look like coins, so they're often about money, they're about property, they're about like consumer goods, everything that you can think of as physical. But at their very basic and broadest level, they're about earth life, the physical experience. And here you see these two coins wrapped in this infinity symbol. And in the background, again, the water, the two boats, this sort of ships passing in the night idea. They really want us to know that it's incumbent upon us to connect to each other and individuals, souls, to accept and to love. When I pause, I'm asking if there's more that I need to say that I'm not saying, or a better way to put it. When we connect on the soul level, and again, this is with all people and in all circumstances, we have a greater understanding and we are able to love on a deeper level. Again, I know there are people in difficult circumstances. There are very many people that are difficult to deal with, and it's not saying that you allow hate to proliferate in your life. What they are saying is that we gain understanding by associating with people on a soul level, or accepting them, or trying to understand them on a soul level, so that even if we're confused by what we feel about a person, or if we have issues with people and we feel a need to step away from them or disconnect with them, or engage with them on a limited basis, it is comforting to our souls, and it is helpful to the expansion of love in the universe to try to accept them as a soul having a human experience, even if that moves us to sort of move away from them physically. But they say that this whole idea of, well, that's why we get the next card, the devil card. Do you see this couple here in the devil card? They are chained to the devil's chair here. In fact, they're slowly devolving into be like a devil-like character themselves. Now, this is not talking about Satan or the idea of Satan or the symbology of Satan. I mean, it's talking about the symbolism, about the idea of serving an unworthy master. This often has to do with addictions of various kinds. This card, it can have to do with the place we find ourselves when we are caught up in addictions of many kind, including hate, including constricting viewpoints, sort of having blinders on, not acceptance, violence, but it also includes physical things like drugs, alcohol, those kinds of things. This is talking about us being addicted to or chained to very physical, earthly beliefs that are not necessarily spiritually based. They say, again, to look at the spiritual connection that we have to each and every soul, and realize that so many things that we have put in place in the physical world, that we have put in place in the physical world, are societal constructs and have no basics in reality, especially in soul reality. Just like in this two of Pentacles here, this earth life connection card that is the center of this reading, they're calling on us to connect to, again, to individual souls, because this is what it's about. And there isn't they say that, and I've gotten this before, but they say that love is the only absolute, and things that are put in place by various societies at various times are physical constructs. Base yourself in, fall into, because that's the image they give me, fall into the pool of love always, because this is the only place where we grow and thrive. Don't be concerned with the outside construction of people, because love is what is important. I mean, this is why in the world, they say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. They say, love always and do no harm, and do no harm to yourself or to others. Well, that's what love is, they say. Practice this. Stop putting constraints on love and judging others by what you feel love should be. Because again, love is the absence of this judgment. Love is connection on the soul level. Love is breaking away from these chains of the devil card that are really the chains of societal norms, let's say, or physical construction norms. Break away from those and dive deeply into this pool of love. It will refresh you. It will cleanse you. It will make your life softer and easier. Hate is always hard. It requires energy. It requires devotion to it. Love is easy. It's soft. It's refreshing. And it's light, both in like sort of weight and also in like brightness. Isn't that what you want? They say, can't you see how that feels to you when you have love or acceptance? Why would you not extend that to others? Why would you not invite everyone to experience this pool of love and light and joy and happiness? That's what we're here for. Again, this is not to say that you allow others to harm you. That's not what this is about. No, it's the opposite. And they're very much, all of our guides, the universe is very much aware of what the feelings here, what happens here, the emotions, the things that people go through here, the changes, not the changes, the ways in which our soul can get hidden while we're here. They're talking about you individually. Release your soul, brighten your soul, soften your soul, accept all of these things. Love unconditionally. Protect your soul as needed, but love unconditionally. That's what the soul connection is, right? There's so much joy and happiness to be had in connection. The universe doesn't ask you to cut yourself off from joy or love. Quite the opposite. You're here to sort of dig deep and find it, find more of it, understand the importance of it, learn and grow from it. That's why we're here. And they say again, love is the only absolute. Release yourself from the chains of hate. So there you have it. I hope this is helpful. I hope, portions of it touched your heart or are helpful to you. If there are questions or ideas for other readings that you have or things that you would like to talk about regarding the cards or explanations or, tutorials, those kinds of things, please let me know in the comments. And I read them. I try to like them to acknowledge that I've read them. I'm terrible about answering people in comments, but I appreciate them. I appreciate them so much, and I love hearing from you. And I know that you have out there, YouTube land, an abundance of wisdom, and I love hearing about it and from you and learning more as I go along. And so I'm here. I keep trying to learn. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with me. And until next time, I will just say, please love abundantly. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. And bye for now.